Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy HB3 in the building. And today I'm finally bringing you a video that you've been wanting. I've been getting a lot of inboxes. People just asking me the same one question over and over and over again. And we're pretty much going to just say, let's get it out the way. Angles, how they work, and of course, how I brush my angles. Stay tuned. So I'm not even gonna say my whole spiel and everything like that. We're gonna get straight into this video. We're gonna talk about this ASAP and get it on out the way. So that way you just have the information and you can just go back to the bathroom, go in the bathroom, go wherever you're gonna go, and you're gonna do your angles. And of course, I know y'all see my face right here. It's kind of, I broke out, like I got a pimple on my face. I bust a pimple, whatever. Well, my girl did it. And yeah, I kind of just peeled it off. I didn't even care. I just messed my face up. But if you can please just disregard that so we can explain how these angles are going to be working. So basically, when it comes to angles, you want to make sure that you are brushing consistently with these angles. You're just hitting the same stroke when you're brushing your hair over and over and over again, right? Now the key to this is really, really simple. You want to make sure when you're hitting these angles, you're hitting them perfectly. And I'm talking That's basically that's really how it works when it comes to angles. As long as you're hitting whatever your pattern is, like let's say you're 360, then you want to brush in the way that the 360s would go. So if it's 360s, you brush down, you brush on the sides at an angle, 45-degree angle. In the back, you brush down, etc. Now there's gonna be, based on your head shape, there's gonna be a little difference in how you're gonna be brushing those angles. Just a little tweak, just a small little tweak. Now 540s are a little bit tricky when it comes to angles. You wanna make sure, again, you're brushing in the way that you want the pattern to go with consistency. That's all it is. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate the situation. And based on your head shape, you're gonna do small tweaks. So let's go into my angles for my 360s, because a lot of people ask me, how do you brush your angles for your pattern? So let's come out the do-rag and let's take a look at that. One of the biggest keys when it comes to me brushing my angles is very simple. So let's come out the do-rag. Just give me a moment here. And I don't really need y'all to see what my waves look like. Y'all pretty much just saw that last week. This is all about angles. As long as you see what I'm doing with the brush. And let's just switch back on. Where am I at? Switch back on over here. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's get started. So the first place I like to start when it comes to my angles, I like to start on my weak side. So let's get the mirror here. There we go. Make sure that we're focused. And you see how this is my weak side right here. All this is my weak side. Now when I brush my hair, when I first start, for some reason, I just take it to the side like this. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm brushing at a 45-degree angle. Brushing at a 45-degree angle. And I'm hitting that consistently over and over again. Now as I'm doing this, as I come on around, I want to make sure I brush down on the ear. I'm brushing down on the ear because if I have my waves behind the ear, if my waves are behind the ear, I want to make sure the angle is getting hit right there behind the ear, because it'll be a smooth transition on into the front waves. You won't have a fork behind the ear, basically, is what I'm saying. So I'm still kind of going at a 45-degree angle, but not all the way. See, this is 45 degrees right here. Getting this to push out right here. And then as I come around, I just slightly tilt the brush a little bit and brush down into the ear. So this is more into the eyes. This is more into the eyes. Like I'm brushing into my eye. And then I slightly turn it and come around and brush down more so towards the ear. Now as I come around, you'll see my brush start to shift. My brush will start to shift immediately, going into the back and then straight down. Guys, it doesn't get any simpler than this. And we're just gonna brush the back waves straight down. Now this little area here, between here and here, can be tricky. I see a lot of people get forks, including myself. You're gonna brush, kind of bringing that back behind the ear downward. That's just mainly gonna be downward. And then as you get to the back, it's just a straight down way. It's just straight down. And you don't really want to brush from the crown down, because if you're not really doing a crown session by itself, then you kind of really doing too much, and you're taking the focus away from your overall pattern when it should, it should be. Now, once I get over on the other side of the back, I kind of switch hands. So I don't like to do the crossover thing anymore like I used to. It's just too much work. So I'll probably brush right here to the middle. I'm brushing straight down. And then I'll switch over to the other hand. So that way I can get on to the other side. As you see, I'm still brushing behind the ear straight down. And then here comes the transition. We're brushing straight down onto that ear. There's a little section right here above the ear that needs to be brushed down onto the ear. People, this is simple. This is simple transitioning here. And then as I come on around, boom, I'm back hitting my eyes. This is the other side. I'm back hitting the other side. Oh, I'm hitting the other side and I'm going straight into the eye. See how I can switch back and forth because I know the angles. And I can transition each piece going all the way around. Now here's where it's really important. This is important. The top. The top is important for two reasons. If you're brushing straight down, great, you're forcing most of those waves on the top out the hairline. Most wavers, their tops will be flawless before everything else on their pattern and in their waves. That's always going to be flawless. For some odd reason, it's going to be the easiest thing that you get flawless, mainly because that's the part of your hair you're brushing the most. The top of your hair. You're brushing the top of your hair the most. It's just it's just a natural thing to do, is to brush the top of your hair generally more than the others. So what I'm going to do is show you, that's the first part. The second part is the transitioning over into the sides from the top. That is important because if you don't really brush going into the sides from the top, you'll cause a lot of mid forks right here on these areas. You're gonna create forks right here. Now, me personally, I have a mean cowlick right here in the front of my hairline. It's always been right there, and I have to be patient and take time getting that out. It takes time for me to get it out. I'm just saying. And I know that. I'm getting there, but it's still a lot of work. But let's go ahead and start brushing this top. Okay, so the first thing I like to do, make sure I got my mirror here so you can see. We're gonna go brush the top right here. Start right here. We're gonna go straight down. Yes, we're going straight down on the top. This is the easiest brush stroke you're gonna be doing with your brush. And you can do this with a curved brush. You can do this with a curved brush. You can do this with a flat brush. It really does not matter. As long as you know your angles with either brush, you're good. As long as you know your brush angles, you're freaking good. So that's the key thing. Know your angles. But yeah, so we brushing down. Now watch this. You see what I'm about to do here? This is a transitional move that you do with angles when it comes to the brush. I'm going to brush some of the top, just a little bit of it. Just a little bit. So some of this right here in the top, and I guess I could do it from the side a little bit, is going to be brushed going into and transitioning into the side while I'm brushing into the eye. But notice I'm pulling some of this hair that's on the top at an angle, like just this little area right in here. The little areas right here. This area may get brushed down just a little bit. What that does is it creates a smooth curve angle. It creates that angle and transition over into the side waves, creating the better flow, creating a better angle of the waves, and it's easier and they just look better overall. And a lot of people don't do that. They like to brush this straight down, and they like to brush their whole top straight. And they're brushing this part straight forward, and then when they're hitting this, they're splitting right here and right here. They're splitting that area, causing that mean fork that sits there. Most of you will see that as an X. No, seriously. I'm serious. Most of you are going to see that as an X shape in your head. That is the reason. That's one of the biggest reasons why you have the X, is because you're causing your hair to crash when you're splitting it so much. So it's like 2 to 3 different angles that you're doing when you should have a smooth angle going into the side like this. I'm going to do the other side the same way. Let's switch hands. Switch hands. And hold on, make sure I got that. Yeah, cool. You see me? And I just know this by heart. And you see how I'm going into the side and I'm brushing at that angle. As I get onto the side, I'm brushing at that angle into the eye. But some of my top right here is being curved off. And then this in the middle, straight down. So what I'm going to do a full quick angle session straight through so you can see what it looks like if you're in the mirror, if you're at home, if you're brushing, doing whatever. All right, let's go. All right, man. So that was basically HP3's angles, how I do the angles, the angle breakdown on my pattern or any other pattern, anything like that. One thing to remember, I want y'all to take away from this video is keep it simple, man. I'm all about keeping it simple. You don't have to do all this crazy stuff to get your waves on point, man. As long as you got this, and as long as you moving that brush, man, you got this, man. You gonna do the damn thing. But other than that, man, make sure you like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe to the channel, man, because got more coming. I may do a crown video, man. I know a couple of y'all been asking me about crowns and how those work, because I've had the beehive crown, I've had the swirl crown, I've made videos on it, but I may make a 2020 video talking about it. I don't know. Who's to say? I don't know if it'll happen or not. But if we do it, we're gonna do it. If you ask enough, we'll go ahead and do one. If you just tell me what you want to see in my next video down in the information, down in the comments below, and we'll get to it, man. Shoot this video a like. Let's get it. It is your boy HB 3. I'm out of here.